What's going on, everybody? Back at it again. It is Friday, October 27th. So November is like next freaking week. It's hard to believe, but November is almost here. And I'm down here at the new permission farm that I just got this year. I actually came down here. I was working in the area and I came down on Wednesday and freshened up the corn piles, changed batteries on the cameras, all that's good stuff. But then I went ahead and bombed down into this bottom and then got up on the other side of this ridge, and it was just this beautiful meadow. And I had marked two places on X that I was thinking about hunting that I wanted to get to. And crazy thing is both places. So on the top of this ridge, it's kind of a grown-up meadow. It's absolutely gorgeous over there. It's about a half-mile in. So you go down here, cross the creek, and then up the ridge with another creek system on the other side of it, and then get on top of this ridge, and it's just gorgeous up there. I got to the top and there's an old handmade tree stand up there that's laying on the ground. So obviously I wasn't the only one thinking that was a good spot. Then I came back down. I went across that other side of that creek where that creek branches out and went up the hill and got into my first really good sign of the season. Found two nice buck beds, about 100 yards apart, and then just covered up in rubs, scrapes, like all kinds of active fresh sign as you're seeing right here. So came back on the other side into like a little clearing. It's not much, but it's a little clearing, good enough for, archery tackle. And sure enough, I turn around and boom, there's an old ladder stand that's literally grown into the tree. Had this watch on it that still was keeping time, but I touched it and it was so brittle that it just fell apart in my hand. But the watch itself still working, pretty crazy. I mean, no telling how long that stand's been there, for however long it takes for a stand to grow into a tree, but it was pretty secure. So just found some spots that I wanted to hunt, and then coming back out here today, and I'm going to change things up. So tomorrow I've got a perfect wind set up to take my hang-on stand and go put it up on that ridge. So that's where I'm headed today. But I also brought my ladder stand with me because I'm going to go ahead and start getting prepped for gun season as well. So just walking through the woods here and kind of trying to find those transitions between the field that's behind me and the woods that's now behind me again. It was in front of me. But in this spot, I got this tree right here, and it's perfect. Good and straight, good and alive. I can oversee the field, but at the same time, I'm on this first bench of the wood transition, and there's a heavy trail running right in front of me. So you're going to be overseeing this bench, but then especially in another couple weeks when even more of these leaves have fallen off, you're going to be able to see down in that bottom bowl. And there's all kinds of activity. You can just tell from here. I'm seeing a rub right now. So you're going to be able, from that tree, be able to see this bench I'm standing on, the bowl below me, and the field that's out behind me. So really, really like this location. I'm going to go up through here. It's a long field. So I'm going to go check and make sure I don't see something else that I like better. But I'm thinking I'm going to hang that ladder right there. Matt can hunt that. We're going to come down here and do a little deer camp for opening weekend for Modern Gun here in Kentucky. But Matt can climb here. He could be watching all this, and then I can go hike over to that other ridge and catch anything coming out of there. But definitely know there's at least one, if not two bucks, big bucks. I mean, the rubs that I was seeing, guys, was chest high. Like, I'm not talking about rubs down on the ground. I'm talking about a deer that's rubbing trees chest high. I'm pretty sure that's a big buck. So really excited about this. Don't have any great intel. I'm starting to get some bucks move in here. I've got a nice, 8-point, probably 3-year-old 8-point that's showing up now. But the big ones, they're down in this holler. So I want to give them every reason to come out and talk to me. But I'm going to get after it today. I got a lot of work to do. I'm going to go pull that hang-on set that I have over there, that XOP set. And then I'm going to hump that all the way back up to that other ridge system. And then we're going to hang the ladder stand or install the ladder stand. So again, overlooking this field, overlooking this first, shelf, and then overlooking that bowl. So anything that comes through here should be able to get a shot. So I'm gonna get all that work done. Hope you continue to hang in there with me, come along for the ride, and kind of see how I get prepared. But tomorrow morning, 5:30 or 5 o'clock in the morning, I'm gonna be hiking over to that other ridge. So I'm gonna take 100 pounds of corn in there. I'm gonna take my hang on in there. I'm gonna take my cell camera over there and some other cameras along the way. So I'm gonna do a bunch of work today so that tomorrow morning we're gonna be in the game. Guys, It is hot. I'm just glad it's overcast and the sun's not out. But it's supposed to be almost 80 degrees today, and it's almost November. It's pretty crazy. But as you can see behind me, I got the ladder stand up with the canopy cover on, and it's really just a gun stand. I mean, you can't draw a bow in there, it's too tight. But great gun setup, overlooking this big field behind me. So you see the field. I did a bunch of trimming. All these trees I trimmed out so that it had good shots, shot lanes out into the field. And then it goes down into this skinny pinch, and about 70 yards down that way is my corn pile along with my camera. So everything funnels right here. So I know I talked to you about putting it down there on that other side of the field, but one, it's a little closer to where I'm hunting. Technically, I mean, within a couple hundred yards, you're hunting the same deer. So this is all the way at the back of this field where it really narrows down. You got hunters over there. You got hunters going to be that way. So what I'm thinking is they're not used to hunters being up here. This is where they funnel to when they're trying to get away from what the pressure that they're used to. So it should be a really good ambush site, but got it in this little skinny pinch overlooking this big field. So it should work. I thought that was hard. Now the real work begins. I got to go pull this set, this hang-on stand, the sticks out, and then hike that 100 pounds of corn and 20 pounds of rack one, half a mile to the top of this ridge. So it's going to take at least 2 trips. But I say half a mile. I guess it's about right. It's probably about half a mile in. But should be a really good setup. And I'm going to move the cell camera down there, see what kind of pictures I start getting. I'm going to get right back in here tomorrow morning, and I'm going to go hunt that. So let's get to work. This should be fun in the dark. Pretty easy though. Straight down, straight up. Crossing this creek. I'm going up there. Well, that barely made it. Shit. I don't know if that just broke or what, but I'm here. I cut a lot of time off by just cutting straight up that ridge instead of walking that other creek bottom and coming around like I found it yesterday or Wednesday. Just cut straight up. It came right over to that old tree stand, buck bed, rubs. But across this creek that way, it just tore up a sign. So I'm on an old overgrown logging trail right here that goes up to this old overgrown meadow at the top of this ridge. And then there's a little clear spot right here, creek, buck bedding. And then I can kind of see back there, no shot for bow though. So this is gonna be my play. And then I'm gonna put my bait right down here in the middle of this the middle of this clearing, get the cell cam up. I gotta hike back, grab the corn, hike that in here. Ain't no way I can do 100 pounds. So I got at least 2 more trips. Let's get after it. I'm up in a tree. And again, I'm glad the sun's not out. Whew. Let's get this platform up here. Again, just another little hack when you're hanging these stands. Once you pull it up, you have this additional little carabiner. It's got a carabiner on both sides, little webbing in between. And I just hook that to my safety strap and then hook it to the base of the hang-on platform itself. Now I got both hands that I can maneuver with, grab straps, and get this thing locked in without having to sit up here and try to hold on to the tree and hold on to the platform and hold on to the straps. And yeah, just hoist it up here, clip it to those carabiners. You have both hands to work with. Tip of the day. crazy part is I almost put my stand down there on that other tree overlooking that creek bottom. But there's a trail that runs right to it, and there's a Y down there, and he stayed on the other trail and went right across from me on the other hillside and made a scrape. I don't know how good the footage is because my screen on my camera is on the other side. So I was having a hard time finding them in the little 3-inch LED screen there. So I had to take the camera off of the camera arm and come over here. And I got them, pretty sure I got them on camera making that scrape. I just rattled again. We'll see if I can pull them back to me. From what I can tell, pretty sure I'd shoot that deer. All right, so I made it back home, hour drive back home. I came out about 11 o'clock. Not a bad morning. I mean, if you're only going to see one deer, might as well be a, 2-3-year-old 8-point. He was a little smaller than what I thought he was, but of course I was looking through all that brush like you all seen. I was having the hardest time trying to look over my camera at the little viewfinder and try to figure out where he was at. So wasn't the best filming, but either way, a good looking little deer. He definitely needs a couple more years, but good to see him. Definitely, builds my confidence that I set that setup in the right spot. I thought about putting my stand or my hang on down there overlooking that creek on that Y. So there's basically a trail coming up that creek, and then it Ys off to the left and goes up into that bedding area that I found. And then it Ys up to the right, comes right up to my stand. He went left. So I did a snort wheeze at him, and about, 2 minutes later, he started blowing. No way he was blowing at me. My wind was blowing across my face, so there's no way he winded me up there. I wouldn't think. But crazier stuff has happened. But didn't see any other deer. Had some deer, 300 yards back up, 400 yards back up to that original corn pile that I put in. So last night when I hiked out of there, I literally had 2 bucks come up to that corn pile an hour and a half after I walked out. So hiked up to the truck, grabbed 50 pounds of corn, hiked that back, and then some of that rut fuel from rack 1. So we got that all juiced up, and I'm just going to leave it alone. So got back home. We're about to watch this Nebraska football game, and then tomorrow I'll get back after it, but I'm going to stay here on the home farm tomorrow and just kind of let that all soak in down there. Let my camera start giving me some intel. Probably go back down there midweek next week. It's basically what I've been doing. I go down in that area and work, and then run by there, freshen up the corn, change batteries, check cards, all that stuff. So we're going to give that one a break because what I'm hoping to do is me and Matt go down there and do a little deer camp, because this getting up at 4 a.m. and then driving all the way down there, which is 3 a.m. down there because it's in Central Time. So I'm in Eastern Time. It's Central Time down there. So definitely makes it confusing on what time to get there. I mean, I was in there for, close to 2 hours before the sun came up this morning. Plus it's overcast. But it was a full moon, so there was, on the drive down, in between cloud cover, man, that moon was bright. But I don't think it really affected the deer any because it was so overcast, rainy, and stuff like that all night. But I'm rambling. It's been a long 2 days. I'm exhausted. Get in here and watch this ball game, kick back, put my feet up, and then I'm going to get right back after it tomorrow morning. So stay tuned.
Look at us like we're rock stars, but it never takes too long.